This work, Adrift in Darkness, is my first and probably my only one three-dimensional weaving. I've always wanted to take the weavings into three-dimensional form, but never really found a reason until this work. Now, the work is inspired by a kind of very free, different form of weaving that many Japanese kind of experimental basket weaving have done. So I was looking at that and quite inspired by that their form. At that time, there were so many protests and revolution, particularly with the Arab Springs that was happening in the Middle East. Every day watching, all these protests on TV and read about in newspaper, kind of you get this sense of hope, but also at the sense that you understand the frustration and the anger, desire for change. So what I decided to do was to look into the protest images, thousands and thousands of faces of protesters. I also include other protest images from the 60s, some protest images of from Europe, of the Vietnam War as well. They look like they're heavy rocks, but they're quite light. And the reason why I want to create this lightness was I wanted to be, when we hang it, to be able to move, so it to move. And so when people walk by, the air that they display kind of push the work. They're like kind of asteroid or rocks in space that kind of moving through space. I want that feeling of adrift, of just floating with, in this total darkness. We just don't know where we're going, and I think that was the whole idea of wanted to be able to move, wanted to kind of feel like floating in the unknown, kind of. I think what I want to do was to talk about how we're kind of drifting. A bigger picture is to look at us living on this planet, drifting sort of kind of in space, in darkness, but also bring it like to more down to some of the contemporary issues now. It could be also the people who are trying to escape across the channel into Southern Europe in the middle of the night. I hope the audience come with, kind of whatever interpretation they want to take away from it. It'd be interesting to hear too.